Hi, welcome to the reading. This is gonna be on what do their friends think about you. So here's gonna be pile one, pile two, three, four, and this is gonna be five. Hello to those who chose pile one. So this goddess card is supposed to represent the overall friend group dynamic with your person's friend group, and this is um it's just supposed to represent how their friends see you or what are their opinions of you. It's funny, I was reading the backstory between these two cards and I was expecting to get a negative interpretation, but honestly this isn't horrible. With the Kali card that's supposed to represent you, when I looked at it, I didn't feel angry, I didn't feel any fear. I just felt like that's the way you look, but you actually are very gentle inside. There's like an appreciation that they have for that. But there's something about your physical look. Like there's a reason why this card came out. Okay. Well, in the typical beauty standards, you could be considered ugly, or you just do not present yourself as friendly. There's something about that, like there's a clear barrier where on the way that you look on the outside, it's like people would either dislike you, would not want to be around you, or you come off as you don't want to be around anyone. You don't want anyone to approach you. I guess, like a B word face. But then Pomona, like with what I'm getting with their group, is they're actually very open for you. Like, they're very willing to accept you, and they actually like that you're very different than, I guess, the average person, or like the typical person of your gender. You could be like transgender. You could like that could be what would society, be societally be off-putting. I know that I don't want to go off too much of a rant, but whenever it comes to whenever it comes to male to female transition, it's like the longer they went through puberty and just the longer age wears them off, and like your skin, like it's very hard to present as a female, so they like your differences. Honestly, I'm not even they if I'm being real, they don't have any problem with you. And I'm getting a friend group that's like very free flowing and just like will talk to anyone. Like this is the type of friend group where like I could picture them throwing parties, like being very social, but it's like we're selective in who stays in this group. And I can definitely see you as like a viable candidate where they don't mind you staying in the group, they don't mind you being around them. Definitely, like outside of partying, outside of extroverted activities. You get me? Because anyone can be a part of those, but no one can be a part of their like comfort circle or whatever. So yeah, they don't find you chill. Honestly, I feel like they're very, very chill and laid back. They're maybe stoners, but I feel like you're very your energy is very unique. Like I like it. Like it's very dynamic, and you're definitely not chill, but you're not like freaking yelling and every single time you talk. It's along with the Kali like description I was reading, like you're not what people expect. You get me? I feel like you're so random, and I feel like you're coming out as this godly imagery, as in like it's so hard to even pinpoint what goddess card you are. So this is why this goddess card came out, because like your energy's so random and you're constantly evolving and shifting it, that it's like whenever they meet you, they don't know if you're gonna be the freaking of Aphrodite card. They don't know if you're gonna be the Morgan Le Fay card. Like they don't. But they don't see anything bad about that. It's just interesting. Like, oh, okay, I wonder what kind of person this person is today. So maybe you could change your style a lot, or I could picture you, painting. Oh, if you have any musical in any creative interest, like arts and stuff, they would love to watch you paint. They would love to watch you make your music. They would love to hear it. This friend group would let your name be known to other people that they interact with. But like you're not constantly on their mind, you get me? It's just whenever you come over, and if they would buy a painting from you to hang on their wall, and whenever people come by, they'd be like, hey, yeah, Kali made this. You should really like check out their page, like they like you. They like you. Okay, so I have 3 little sections. So this section is supposed to be how do they feel towards you, the overall friend group. From what I'm getting over here, especially, I feel like you already know them. Like you know each and every one of them. You've talked with them. I don't know if you've known them for years. I don't know how long you've known them, but I'm getting like a special bond with each and every one of them. And over here, it's like, oh, like move on. You're like a SHIT show. I'm getting just the evolution of the Death to the Hermit in the way of like presenting of how it looks. So how I said that physically there's something off-putting about you, whether it be like you're ugly, whether it be like whatever, just like I feel like you're someone hard to get to know in general. Even though physically you're off-putting, you're probably very protective of yourself. But since you know them and since you are comfortable with them, it's like you come off as the Death card, like the way that the imagery comes off, and like over here with like all the twigs and stuff, and it's just, oh, they seem like a deadbeat. They seem like why would anyone want to interact with them? Why would they? But like all the creatures' eyes are on you, and it's like they see their beauty. They've always, okay, when they first met you, they had already seen that there was something like special in you. But as you guys started interacting more and intertwine, I really thought it was going to be negative reading. Well, as they started interacting with you and like intertwining their energy with yours, more of like helping you, just like a little bit of tweak, a little bit of refinement. So maybe they would say, hey, do you want to come to a party with us, even though like you're very introverted? Like that was their way of like refining you, but not in like a bad way. It was just like helping you experience more stuff. Yes, like I feel like your energies, they like your energy, but you need to kind of match theirs in a way. So it's a kind of like initiating you into like little things, like, oh, do you want to come to the store with like 2 of us? Do you want to watch a movie with some of us? Like my girlfriend's gonna come over too. Like, do you want, it's like I'm really getting like a friend dynamic, and them seeing the potential in you and them wanting to involve you in so they want to slowly like acclimate you to little things they do. They don't want you to full on be in their energy, because they like the fact that you're very unique, but they want to introduce you to new things that take you out of your comfort zone, that you really wouldn't try alone. Like you definitely not alone. So they just they feel like they're doing this because they like you, obviously, and they feel like you would be such a great addition to their friend group. And they're also doing this because you come off as off-putting and stuff, but they feel like once you start doing these things, once you start getting used to the way that they are, the things that they're introducing you to, then you will seem less off-putting to other people, and that in turn will help you get more opportunities, help you get more friends, help you, they really care about you, and how the world sees you too. So over here in the middle is, will they or have they accepted you? Have they accepted you? It's more of like they kind of, you know what? Even though I said this thing about refining, they also want to be in your energy too because they like it, like how I said before. But they kind of want, they kind of aspire to be like you. You know how it's funny because all these negative color cards coming up for you, but like I'm seeing like the beauty in them. So like with the Two of Swords, like her hair looks ugly, but it's like, how does she get a pigeon to live in there? You know, or like a little bird to live in there, a crow to live in there, and they feel like they'll shapeshift into your, like they'll be able to get into your energy and tune into your energy more, like the uniqueness and the freaking like they just really like your vibe and they think that you're cool. And I don't know if you see this or not, but I can picture them like doing, you know how whenever you hang out with someone so much that you end up doing, like I end up having a little bit of the same mannerisms as them, a little bit of the same habits as them. Like they want to do that. Like they want to learn that from you because they actually find you really cool and like eccentric. Over here is the outcome of the relationship between you and your person's friend group. With the Judgment in reverse, I'm getting like a slow come up. And with the Libra card, I'm getting like a constant elevation. So it's like, you know how I sit over here, they're going to introduce you to little activities just whenever they see you, you know, like introduce you to new things, see how you react, just like enjoy your presence. They're gonna know this right off the bat, but like, and I feel like they're all gonna have like a knowing like agreement of like they want to introduce you to new things and they really like you, they like your energy, they want you around a lot more, but they're not gonna do this quickly. They're going to like slowly add, like slowly be like, hey, want to watch a movie? No? Oh, okay, it's all good. Someone else takes another approach, then that works. You know, it's like slow for sure progress whenever they see you. Whenever any of the friend groups see you, and any member of the friend group, I mean. Yeah, and I feel like it's like that because they don't think that you're gonna like turn like a collie or something like that on them. They just want you to be as comfortable as possible and for you to be yourself as much as possible. They don't want you to think that they're trying to influence you to be like them, you know, like they're just like, they just want it to flow as much as possible, like how their energy is. And yeah, that was it. Please like this, like, comment, subscribe, and I hope you guys have a great day or night. Bye. Hello to those who chose pile 2. This goddess card is supposed to represent the overall friend group dynamic between them, and Lilith is supposed to represent how their friend group sees you or what are their opinions of you. They're very wary of you. Okay, let me first describe them and then you, but that's definitely what I'm getting. This is the type of friend group where I can picture them talking behind each other's backs. And if it's not that, they're so close knit and they literally talk about everyone else except for them because they think that they're kind of like superior compared to the people around them. And I know that sounds like really selfish and stuff, but the way I'm getting it, if it's in that case, is like they do have a reason to be uptight. You know, they're probably very smart. They're very good at what they do in their fields. But yeah, it's either that or they talk bad about each other. It's like what I'm getting is even if someone was introduced to all of them, you know, to all their friend group, it's like, whatever. I don't trust them. Let me analyze all their flaws. Let me see how I'm better than them. And let me see how they're better than me. And let me make an assessment. I'll go to my other friends about my assessment and I'll get their assessment and we'll talk about that assessment, and we'll see in the future how if they are going to be what we believe that they're going. It's like that, and it's very tricky. Like I'm just getting very very tricky energy from them. If they did you wrong, or if they spread rumors, that I could picture, like if they want to spread rumors about you, they will spread rumors about you, and they'll be calculated about it. They'll make sure that it makes sense to your character. They'll even build up a backstory to it, and that backstory will make sense to the events that you were at, during that day. And like I don't know, it's just you can't get them in their head. Like not necessarily you, but no one kind of can't outsmart them, because they are smart and they do have a reason to feel like that. And I feel like you kind of violate this this sense of superiority that they have over other people. And I'm saying superiority, but like they don't. It's not like if they only talk to like a certain rigid, like certain, they only talk to rich people, they only talk to poor people, they only talk to people in the hood. Like I don't know, you get me? Like they don't limit themselves. Obviously they're all each their own unique people, but they all vibe have the same vibe. And this vibe is like a sneaky vibe, and they will frame someone to get their position, like their job position. Like they will, it's like they all have the same mentality like that. I don't think you're like that. I think that you've met them once, at least once, or they get this perception of you through social media that you're not going to get along with them and you're not going to take their bull, like if they all are picking on someone, they're all laughing at it, like you're not going to laugh, like they just already feel that about you, that you're not going to fit in with them. But this Pyro, I feel like you haven't had many interactions with them, because with the bareness and the vulnerability that Lilith is showing, I'm really getting, it's like, I dare you to judge me. Go ahead, bet, like judge me, do it. And it's kind of like intimidating to them, because it's like someone's on our level, but they don't think like us. It's like, just in case if you even are on their level, it's like they're gonna be very defensive towards you. And I think that there's nothing much to it how they see you or what are their opinions of you. It's simply like they think that you're gonna violate their way of doing things and their friend dynamic, and you're probably gonna give critiques, and it's like we don't want that and we don't need that. Wow. Okay, well, this side over here is how does their friend group feel towards you? Hmm. You know how I said that you're on a different vibe towards them, towards you're on a different vibe than them. It's with the Hangman and the Seven of Swords, and well, with all three of the cards. I'm getting it's more of like, yes, that does hold true what I said, but they can see you molding, like stooping down to their energy or molding into their habits, and like like you're very, what's it called, emotionally intelligent, like very savvy with interpersonal interactions. And I'm just keep on saying, like they see you as a threat. Like they think that you will cause problems within their dynamic. It's like, oh, we're so smart, like we got this, like we're all together. They're all a friend group, but they can picture you messing up their whole friend group, messing up their whole dynamic. Like let's say it's Sarah, right? And you you just saw Sarah fight with Rachel, and whatever, like Rachel walks off, and then Sarah's like, oh well, Sarah's just there. Sarah's not even talking, and then you come in and you're there with Sarah, and you're like, I'm not even surprised that Rachel even talked to you like that, because I noticed that she does this and this to people, and it's not right. But Sarah knows that that's not right, and that's what Sarah always does. But Sarah agrees with you, and it's like you do this with all the different members of the group, and it's kind of like questioning not their existence, but like their values. And it's upsetting the friend group dynamic by doing that, because at the end of the day, it's kind of toxic. And they can just see you like shaking things up like that. And they don't like that. And they feel like the more you're introduced to their friend group, the more of a threat you present to their preservation of them as a friend group. And I'm not necessarily seeing you being high vibrational or not, but they definitely do see you as an equal. I think they could care less if you're high vibrational, like if you're cool or not. It's just they simply see you as a threat. Like, forget Steve Jobs could come in, and I'm pretty sure that they don't see him as a threat, because it's like, oh, it's just a rich man. You know, it's like, but with you, whatever. Like how I said before. But yeah, but they're all wary of you. I'm sure that they've all talked about you at least once. They don't like you. Over here in the middle, we have if their friend group will accept you, or have they accepted you. And it's funny because in the last pile, the same card came out for this question, and they also got a like a what's it called, a zodiac sign. Will they accept you? Yeah, as long as you keep your distance from them. Like, as if you start developing a connection with one of them and you guys are super close, that's gonna ruin it all. Like, you have to go about it strategically, and I think you know that. So will they accept you? Yeah, I feel like they'll actually start liking you, but like all their eyes are always gonna be on you. Not in like they're hating on you, or they're just watching you to see if you misstep or if you slip up with in regards to ruining their whole friendship dynamic. I feel like, will they accept you? Yes, but the only way I can see them accepting you is if there's like a distance between you two, like, oh, okay, like Lilith came over, right? Because like you represent Lilith. So Lilith came over, like like Lilith's like recommending this real good movie that apparently is good. I guess if it's good, like let's just watch it. Oh, okay, well that's it. Lilith has to go. Bye. It's like that. Like that would be a good interaction with them. Something like distant, something not like going out and partying, like no bonding stuff. Okay, and over here is the outcome of the relationship between your person's friend group and you. With the Aries, with the Six of Wands, especially with Aries, it matters. Once again, it's like it matters on how you strategize. So I'm letting you know the most beneficial outcome for you is for you to constantly do this, for you to constantly have the power over them. You get me? Like, there's a lot of like psychological whatever aspects or what like just going on here. Like, you have to manipulate them, and even if they realize that you manipulate them, it's like they're gonna kind of give you kudos. So like, once you continuously manipulate them, or once you continuously just be, as long as you're being yourself and you don't disrupt their friend group dynamic, I feel like you'll definitely over time you'll find it easier to interact with them, and that like you have the power over them, and that if anything, you're invited into their friend group and they'll start following you, like they'll see you like as like the little leader. Now, the other thing I was also seeing was that if you don't do this, this is the only outcome that's good for you, because if you don't do this, they will wear you out. And just like they will just once in a while throw jabs at you. They will once in a while like manipulate it, and like 10 minutes later you'll realize like, oh, that was actually a backhanded compliment, and I said thank you, and everyone like looked at each other and everyone smiled, and I thought it was like good, but it wasn't. It's like little things like that, and you're just gonna get so worn out by them, and they're gonna do this because it's fun, and because initially they were threatened by your energy. So it's like this is the only way that they feel like they have to handle you. Yeah. Well, please like, comment, subscribe, and I hope you guys have a great day or night. Bye. Hello to the people who chose a pile 3. Ooh, it's gonna be interesting. I just want to say, I know you could care less, but literally every single outcome has had a freaking zodiac sign. So I don't know if that's a sign. And also, first pile, the outcome got judgment also in reverse. And I turn all my cards upright whenever I shuffle. So Lord knows if there's a connection between there. I don't know if you're gonna watch that. So over here is supposed to represent the card of the energy that's embodied for the friend group dynamic with your person's friend group, right? And this is supposed to represent how their friend group sees you and what are their opinions of you. These people are very loyal. I could picture your person's friend group not being many, but the few that they have, they will die for their person, and your person will do the same for them. I'm just letting you know this is a very freaking strong bond. Your person may be Hathor, but if another person in the friend group were to get in a relationship, were to want a new friend, they would also be in this Hathor position, and your person would be in the background like the bull. Very, they keep to themselves. I feel like they're very private. They know the ins and outs of each other's lives. They're very open with each other, vulnerable with each other. They know everything about each other. Maybe not like deepest, darkest secrets, but you get me? Like they are close. They interact with each other like daily. And I think it's simply that. It's a very, I'm not even going to say pure. It's potent there. It's very potent, their energy, especially whenever they're all together. It's like an alliance. Like you can feel that there's an alliance between all of them. Very powerful. They think how they see you and what are their opinions of you. They don't really have any opinions of you. They just see that you're either a pretty person, um, so you could be very handsome or you could be very beautiful. If it's not, it's simply like it's not that they don't think that you're a good person. They don't know what to think of you. Honestly, you're just there. You're just like, oh, okay, I could be. Their opinions of you aren't much. Honestly, they don't. Not that they don't care about you, but whenever someone is in their vicinity, whenever anyone is in their vicinity, they will give equal amount of attention to them, and they're gonna see how they're gonna react to that. If they're selfish, if they don't give the same attention back, it's like, okay, I just won't ever pay attention to you ever again. It's like it's very extreme. And with you, it's not hard to give an equal give and take, but that doesn't mean that you're a good person. And it's not like if they could care less about you. It's just whenever you're there, it's like, okay, you're there. But whenever you're not there, it's like, I'm not even thinking about you, like you don't even cross my mind. But they see that you're just a pretty person, like on the inside or outside. It's either one, honestly. It's not both. Yeah, honestly, it was pretty simple. So over here is how does their friend group feel towards you? I feel like they don't like you, and then they don't like you or they don't dislike you. It's just like they're just indifferent, and I feel like they're constantly giving reminders to your person to watch out for your motives. You never know if you're a bad person. You never know if you want to use them, and they like not constantly. It's just like whenever they bring you up, it's just like, okay, well, I mean, have you seen any red flags? Just they seem like really good friends. Just trying to logically analyze if you're a good person for your person. Because they honestly, I don't really think that they care about making any interpersonal relationships with you. Yeah, that's how they feel towards you. They don't there's very much like a detachment. They don't know you and they don't really care about knowing you. But if they do end up knowing you, it's like okay, then it happens. But I'm not really getting a free flowing energy. The way that they feel is very tight knit and closed. So I don't think that they're really interested in adding any more people in their circle. And it's not to say that you can't be added to their circle. It's just like this is their energy. This is just how they are. You have to accept the way that they are. And it's just simply like It's so even if you are in a relationship with a person, let's say if your person ends up being best friends with you, it's like I would be very surprised if you end up becoming friends with them, even just friends with them. Like there's still very much a detachment. Not that they could care less about you, but it's just I don't really feel like getting to know you. It's more like that, and them just giving advice to your person, like, okay, well, we'll help you out with this. If they hear good things about you from your person, and if you don't seem toxic, then it's like if there's ever a moment that you both are in a fight, then they'll be like, okay, well, this doesn't make sense to pile three's pattern of behavior. So if anything, is there something wrong on your side? Is there something wrong with that you're doing? Like they'll call your person out like that. That's the only time they'll ever be on your side. You get me? So yeah. And in the middle here is will they accept you or have they accepted you? Obviously, these readings, whenever you come to them, it is saying the energy that the friend group is in right now and the energy that you are in right now, right? Especially if you're called to this reading. It's basically what it is. But you, this seems very solid, okay? Their friend group, I don't even think that they're dynamic. Every single time I'll read on their friend group, I'll probably always pull this card or a card similar to this, like something about unity, like they are bonded together. And with that in mind, I don't think you will ever get to the point where they'll be comfortable around you. Will they'll like make a lot of jokes with you? Will you both will exchange life experiences? It's like if no one's around, if none of their friend groups around, and if it's only them, then yeah, why not? But I'm telling you, it's not that they don't care less about you. It's just like indifferent. Like I don't need to know you. You're just my person's partner, you're just my person's friend, you're just my person's sister. It's like it's whatever. If something bad happens to you, it's like that's on you, I'm not about to come and protect you. It's kind of like that kind of detachment, but I don't think there's anything wrong with this. And I can see the point of saying that their energy I think will always stay like this is that I don't see you ever really making headway into feeling like you were a part of their friend group. So, over here is the outcome of the relationship between your person's friend group and you. The outcome is, for in your perspective, once again, there's this detachment, and you never really know what they're feeling about you. This in general is about little things, I guess. You're content with the fact that they won't bring you into their friend group, you get me, like accept you. But I'm getting that there is a sense on your side where it's like you feel like they're better than you, or they're acting like if they're better than you, like if they're entitled in a way, but not really because it's like they treat you with respect, but it's like whenever they see you, they treat you with respect. But if you were to call them, let's say if your person didn't answer, like they would not answer. I would be surprised if like any of them would be like that. Yeah, like they wouldn't answer. Maybe one, but even then, it's like if you constantly call them, it's like they'll stop answering. Like they'll do little things like this where you'll feel like, do they really think that they're better than me? But it's not that. It's just that they're not interested in bringing an extra person into their friend group. Yeah, and I also feel like you'll feel like you're more immature than them. Like, is that why they aren't accepting me? But it's not because of that. It's just simply they're not interested in adding anyone else, including you. I'm actually seeing this as your person here in the outcome. So, the outcome of the friendship or whatever, it's like they're still gonna continue being friends with them. Obviously, they're like best friends, like for life. But what I'm seeing with your person is like this is you two together. So I kind of felt like you were too immature than them, and like this is your energy and this is their energy whenever they're around you, and this is you with your person. Honestly, you guys vibe really good together. You guys are great friends or great boyfriends, girlfriends, whatever you guys are together. You guys genuinely are compatible. They like your energy. They like that if you think that you're immature, they like that you're immature. they like all this stuff about you, and I'm really getting like the Bella energy with the Queen of Wands. Definitely, that's radiating off of you, and they very much like you. But what I'm seeing in the future outcome between you and the friend group, it's more of like your your friend. I mean, your friend. I'm sorry. Maybe it is your friend. Your person is gonna notice that they treat you like this, and that you feel like you aren't accepted. But like, I feel like you're never gonna say it. So with the Seven of Swords, I'm getting like, once they start noticing this, they're gonna stop going to their friends for like advice about you, or they're gonna stop talking about you as much, because it's like they're not really interested in what me and pile three have. But I feel like they're taking it like that because they're kind of taking it personally, because they're not annoyed. It's just like, well, if they aren't going to accept my girlfriend, they aren't going to accept pile three, then what's the point of bringing them up? What's the point of even talking to them about my issues with them? But I feel like they're just kind of getting butthurt because they're not accepting you. Because I'm getting that with the judgment over here, like they actually give very great advice, very sound advice. And if their person is repeatedly going up to them like, oh, we just fought about this, we just fought about this, they're going to be like, well, you guys are toxic together. Why are you with them? Whether it ends up being toxic or not, it's going to end up being like this. So yeah, please like, dislike, comment, subscribe, and have a great day or night, guys. Bye. Hello to the people who chose pile 4. Okay, Belle is supposed to represent the overall energy, how the friend dynamic is going within, their friend group. And over here, you are represented by how their friends see you and what are their opinions of you by Mount and Sekhmet. This is so random, but if they told you that if they have friends, they lied, that's what I'm getting. That's so weird. Or okay, I think I'm understanding it more. Belle in general, she's a very individual person, very unique, and I feel like it's their friend group is like a band of such a not a band, like a bond of a grouping of every single person is literally so unique. Like maybe a few of them are similar to each other, but it's just by coincidence. They are each and every one of them are unique. By this could be personality. This could be jobs. One's a billionaire from like the stock market. The other one's a veterinarian. The other one's like a mailman. Like it is so random. You wouldn't even expect them to be friends. So not necessarily that he doesn't have friends, or he or she, the person that you're asking about, doesn't have friends. It's just like it doesn't seem like they are all friends. Like with this in mind, I could see that in their friend group, they all know each other, they're all comfortable with each other, but they aren't like tight bonded. Like some of them aren't tight bonded with each other. I could see how there could be some problems in the friend group with a few of them, like, oh well, he slept with my girl, he slept, I don't know, something like that. But I mean, it works because they're all friends, right? They're all a friend group. This is like a friend group made for connection. So the friend group, they all love each other for who they are. They all are friends with each other. I think for the most part they're friends with each other. They all for the most part like each other. But it is so the reason why they've stayed together so long is not necessarily their bond, it's because of their connection. So let's say the billionaire needs to call up the mailman because it's like, man, like my daughter's mail just got stopped up. Like, what's going on here? And then the mailman's like, I got you. It's like connections like that. They end up they call each other often for help, or help as in like it could be they need help in their house because something broke, or it could be like emotional help. Like, but I can't see them all hanging out together, or two of them hang out together. You get me? And I can see how some of them are closer to each other than they are with those with another pair that's close to each other. But it works out, and they all end up meeting together somehow. Virtually. Maybe they all have a group chat. But yeah, this is a very unique kind of friend group. This feels very adult, very mature, by the way. So I don't think that you're some little girl, some little high schooler. Like this is not that. This is not childish too. How do they see you? They think that you like do too much. Hmm. Okay. You know how I said that all of them are very unique and very individualistic, like they're all very different, but there's a reason why they're all friends, right? And I feel like in a way with friend groups, you end up thinking like them. You get me? Like you have the same mindset overall, the same values. That's why you all are able to get together at the end of the day. And with that in mind, I can see how they all agree with this, that they think that you do too much. Some of them, it may vary which of them finds you annoying or less annoying or more annoying or not annoying at all, but they definitely can reach a consensus that you're extra, you have a very vibe, like not vivacious. Your personality is very out there. You like to be out there. You like to be the center of attention. It's like if I'm gonna be an angel for Halloween, I'm gonna be a very sexy angel. Like all the little details are gonna be fine tuned. It's like that's what I'm getting from you. And I guess it can come off as like very like you come off as very inauthentic to them because these you were dealing with a group of people who are very authentic to themselves, who know themselves, know how unique they are. They know how to use their traits to their advantage. They know the negative traits that they have, and they're trying to work on them. Like these are very high vibing people. Okay, you're either younger than them or not that you're immature, but it's like you're very full of it, and it's like your desires or goals in life are very minuscule. They can all come to a consensus on that, but they don't got a problem with you. Like if you're thinking like, oh wow, like I just finished talking to them, like they're so fake, they were really nice to me. It's like they're nice to you because they're nice people and they want to be nice to you. They just see this is the truth of how it is, that this is the kind of person you are. So they whatever job title you have, for those that resonate with it, they don't take your job very seriously. Like I'm really getting like a social media influencer or something. Like I feel like these are the kind of people that would respect a social media influencer of a person who there was just one girl I ran across on Instagram where she just posts how she makes drinks and like cocktails and like tequila, and she makes it look so beautiful, and she places like the fruit. I feel like they would have more respect for for that person than for someone who just posts like a lot of bikini photos with like really bad captions. Like that's how they see it. Okay, I need to say this. Okay, you clicked on this reading for a reason. It's like if you are a social media influencer and if you do post that, they wouldn't have a problem if in person you were poised and if you were like mature, but they feel like you're the typical social media influencer who just wants attention and craves attention. Like I'm giving an example of that. Now, I'm not saying that if your job is like a CEO, like they think that you're like, no, this is only for the people that resonate with this kind of like creativity field, that they don't take your creativity seriously. That was a lot to say. So, this side over here is how this friend group feels towards you. I'm getting like they can see you, but this isn't in a bad way. I don't even know. For the other part, it wasn't. It was just actually being objectively like they were just seeing you're insecure, like you're just insecure about yourself. But then over here, how they feel towards you, I feel like it's more of like picking at you, like jabbing at you, and they could picture you being like fat when you're older. And I know I'm saying that, And it's like, wow, they're like a-holes. But if they were to think someone, if they were to think your person were to get fat, if they're older, or even if your person was fat, they wouldn't have a problem with it. But I think they have a problem. I think that they like think these things because they don't really respect you. You act like if you have it all together. You post on social media, you make it seem like if you have it all together, or you try to come off like if you know it all. You try to come off like, but they can see right through it. That's how they feel towards you, that they see through your facade. And you're actually pretty careless and you're irresponsible. And I feel like your person doesn't even tell them this. I think that they just see this from the way that you act. I think that your person probably speaks highly of you. I don't know. I don't know what they, whatever. And this middle over here, this is supposed to show, will they or have they accepted you? Have they accepted you? They accept you for who you are. But they're not interested in like getting to know you because they feel like your life's like boring or it just wouldn't appeal to them. Because like I feel like I'm specifically in like mainstream, like you do the mainstream stuff, you buy the mainstream things. There's no like uniqueness to it, so it's like oh okay, like she's here, okay, but they just prefer not to have conversations with you. If they do, it's like, oh, okay, I guess I will, but they prefer not to. They'll try to leave the conversation within like 2 minutes or something. But it's not. This isn't in a spiteful way. If you're taking offense to this, it's more of like you're on your own path. We're on our own paths. We're not interested in being a part of yours. Like it's just it. So over here, what's the outcome of the relationship between the friend group and you? The outcome, I think very quickly, even if you haven't met them, like you're not gonna be interested in them because it's very evident that they don't take you seriously. So like you're just gonna try your best not to go with your person to their gatherings. You don't really want to see them. They're just indifferent about seeing you, and it's like I deserve better. Like I feel like you're really taking offense to this, and yeah, you're just gonna be left out of their gatherings. Like you're not gonna be invited. Only your person will invite you, and even then, it's like why would I want to go? I'll just make up an excuse, or I'll just tell them that I don't like them. Yeah. So please like, dislike, comment, subscribe, and I hope you guys have a great day or night. Bye. Hey, pile five. So let me tell you something, okay? Look, this is the deck. I get the card, I put it like this, I put it on top, whatever other card, I go like this, I put it on top. I'm just saying this because I didn't set this up, okay? You got the exact same cards in the exact same position, like the goddess cards, as pile three, y'all. So if there's something there for y'all, like if you felt compelled to click that, I would say click that because this is way more cards that came on pile three, and honestly, I forgot what that was even about. But this is weird. My lord, like, God, okay. This card is supposed to represent the friend dynamic in your person's, friend group, and this is supposed to represent how their friends see you and what are their opinions of you. Hmm. This is a different energy though than I got from pile three. It's so weird. I got the exact same cards, but in America, okay, we have like the Senate, we have the House of Reps, and that makes up the House of Representatives, and then we have the presidential branch, and then we got the judicial branch, and like we have those systems. And from what I'm getting with the Hathor card is like that's how the friendship is, the dynamic, I mean, among that group plays out. Like one person ends up specializing in this, the other person specializes in this, the other person specializes in this. So this can manifest in like Ralph is, why am I using white names lately? God, okay. Ralph is a psychologist and he's a counselor. So he's like excels in emotional intelligence. He's very savvy in that. And everyone in the friend group goes toward to him if they have emotional problems, if they're having relationship problems. They don't ever bring this up whenever they're all together. They only bring it up to Ralph. And let's say Stephanie, she's an accountant and she's also invests in stocks and she is all about that business life. She's really in with that circle. So if Ralph ever has problems with his bills or if he doesn't know what this means, if any other group person in the group doesn't know what that means, they go to Stephanie or Steph, however said her name, I forgot. Um, and they never bring up their problems if whenever they all come together in a friend group. And like you get what I'm trying to say, like specializing, and that's how the friend dynamic is. And I'm in this one, I'm not getting whether they care if a new person would join or not. I assume they wouldn't really want a new person in their dynamic simply because they all have their own designated roles and it's like what other role could be created. So they'll be open to it to see if another role can be created. Oh, that's really unique, but yeah, this is how they see you and view you. Okay, but before I was looking at the Hathor card more, and I'm just letting you know if you're in a relationship with someone. Okay, I could picture them have like dated people in the friend group, and I'm like, this is common, that they date each other in the friend group. Okay, I'm so sorry. I'm hearing things like noises outside. I don't know what's going on. I live in the ghetto, so I don't know if I'm getting robbed. Like, these people feel like your eyes speak volumes. I feel like there's a reason why that happened, while I was reading your energy. This friend group has like a lot of secrets. I don't think that they all know all of the secrets. Like they don't share the secrets, but like there's things that go on between one another. Like for all they know, Stephanie could have hooked up with Rao, but they never told anyone, and it was just like a one-time thing. Or maybe they even had a relationship, but they never told the friend group. I don't know. It's like that. I could see that happening. Okay. Yeah. Anyways, they. I'm assuming that you're a person of little words. You don't speak a lot, and they like that. Well, I think they just like the person that you are. They just not like enjoy. It's just like, oh, okay, like it's a refreshing energy. From you. Not a great or amazing energy. And they really like your eyes or the way that you do your makeup or eyeshadow or something. It just really makes the color of your eye pop out. And like your contour, if you do contour, like they just like the way you carry yourself in regards to keeping up with yourself, like your looks. I can see how there's a lot of like whispers about you. Maybe some of them are jealous of you, maybe some of them could care less about you. Like it's very varying how they feel about you because there's so many people with different opinions about you. Regardless if one of them likes you with it or one of them doesn't, the overall consensus is like what I just said about your eyes and that you don't speak much. Oh gosh, you don't speak much, but shoot, like look at all these cards that came out. God. So over here, this section over here, I'll move it a little bit more. This is supposed to show how this group feels towards you. And this is the hangman, by the way, in reverse. Yeah, there's one person that really does not like you. Like, I'm not even getting like, how it's like, oh my gosh, haters, like, fuck haters. Oh, it's, they have a reason to not like you. Like, I feel like you do underhanded things, or you have a very sneaky way of going about things, and this person, by the way, that doesn't like you is very observant, and they don't like you because they don't think that you're good for your person or whatever, that they're jealous of you. It's because like you're actually sneaky and they don't like that. They don't think that's right, but they're not about to speak up about it because it's like, let me see more about this person. If they continue acting like this, I'll tell my other friends about it. I feel like there's just something in the works. Like they all can feel it with you. Like, as in, like, something's gonna happen if you keep on interacting with them. Like, about like you being called out or like you being in drama. Like, they can fit, like, all of them can intuitively pick up that something's boiling on the surface that is bound to happen between you or someone, like a negative interaction. And I don't think that it's with this person though that doesn't like you. I think this person just will see it. Definitely, they see it coming, and they see. I feel like they're more intuitive. They're more sensitive, and they can see who you're gonna have the problem with, but they're just keeping it to themselves. I'm not even getting that they like you. It's like whenever, let's just say, whenever you arrive, there's tension in the room. And no offense, but I feel like you're like not the greatest person. Like you're not. I think they can see that too in a way. Like you say things, the way your behavior is towards them, it might be smug. I don't know, or it might be you're too nice, and they can see through your facade a little bit. Like kind of like they can see through the cracks of your facade. Let's just say that when they get an eerie feeling from you, they don't necessarily like you. It's like intuitively they feel not to trust you, and they whatever what I said over here. So this is really interesting. Wow, and whatever. Like the middle of my forehead's like really like shining bright, because I'm about to read this part, so I don't know what that means. But this is, will they accept you or have they accepted you? This whole little middle section. If I'm being real, I feel like toxic energy from you. Um, yeah, honestly, you're toxic, and your toxicity is going to negatively impact your relationship with their friends. So I feel like there's gonna be a situation. Will they or have they accepted you? They are going to accept you for who you are when you do this, and I feel like they are going to outcast you and they're not going to like you when you do this. And this situation is going to happen, and these are all in reverse except for these two. So these two are supposed to represent a person. I don't, you know what? Okay, this is you. Okay, you're the eight. You're in my bad. Seven of Pentacles. You're with the Capricorn energy in reverse, and you're with this card energy in reverse. And I'm getting that you're gonna tell off someone, or like you're just gonna do something super rude, where it's like it's literally in front of everyone's face. Like, mm, oh, honey, you're not gonna make a. Not even like you're not gonna make a good move because you're literally being yourself, but you're toxic, honestly, especially compared to their energy. These group of friends have an intuitive bond together, like, and I just feel like you being overbearing and you being insensitive, you being this is how they're gonna view it. You being selfish and you being a narcissist, and just they're gonna realize all these traits about you. I don't know if you are actually these, but if you're gonna give them a reason to think this, and you're going to belittle someone. And I could picture it being this person that I was talking about before, or just someone else. Like you're gonna belittle them for being literally they're literally just sitting down doing nothing. Like they're literally just like being themselves. They have little quirks about them, and you're gonna clearly like be like, oh, either that or you're just gonna go off on them. Like I'm just really getting you're gonna be really mean to this person for no reason. They literally are not gonna do anything. You're just bothered by them. And this in reverse is like, oh yeah, they're definitely not gonna like you, and they don't want anything to really do with you after this. It's gonna happen. Okay, well, this is even though I said that, this is going to be the outcome. It's going to be the outcome of the relationship that you have with their friend group and you. Ooh, y'all reading this? Oh, yeah. After this happens, guys, they're all gonna be consoling whoever you literally just like ripped apart for no reason. Like they were just being themselves, or like you're just really bad, and your person is gonna go back to you, and they're gonna go and comfort you. They're not gonna comfort this person, and I think that is probably gonna affect their relationship with their group of friends. Like you're gonna drive a wedge into it. Not gonna. They're for sure. They don't want anything to do with you. But in regards to their person, it's like, why didn't you like what like your pile five was in the wrong? Like, what are you doing? Like, are you that rude and insensitive? And if I'm being real, like you are in the like you're toxic. Like this group of friends isn't. So yeah, that was all I got. Please like, dislike, comment, subscribe, and I hope. Oh, I feel like it's too late to be a better person, honestly, in regards with this happening. So yeah. Just have a great day and night. Bye.